Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to discuss about Google Search Console or Google Webmaster Tools. So here in this video, you will understand how exactly we're gonna add a property to our Google Search Console and how exactly we can verify it. So let's get started now. Once you have a blog in your website, is it going to reach out the customers, reach out the users? Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, ma'am, it will reach because if they're active on social networking sites,
After crawling, indexing,
sure
How
they'll
Google
be.
works? How
crawling,
Google works
indexing,
normally? Crawling,
indexing,
indexing,
calculating
Rank.
relevancy,
your rankings,
and
right?
retrieving
So what do you mean by
results,
crawling?
It's also called as spidering,
collecting data.
collection of data.
Okay. So if Google wants to show up the website in SERP, so what is mean by SERP? Search engine result page, where you can see some results when you search for any keyword. Am I right? So now your aim is also that only, right? So when someone searches for now, before writing a blog, you do a proper keyword research. Why do we do proper keyword research? Why? Why? So why do we do proper research on keywords?
So
So
that
instead of doing
Google
some
can
research and all,
identify the topic of our blog, like category.
right? Simply now, when I choose some keywords in all the important places which I have told you in the last class, so Google will understand that yes, this is what all the topic all about. So that when someone searches for not only for Google, so you are working it for the users as well. So you should be aware of the keywords that people searches. So when what is the keyword that people are going to search for and for which keyword I want to appear on top. So now tell me, Meena, what is your keyword? So for which keyword you want to appear in SERP?
Mask.
Tell me. Mask.
Yeah,
What is this mask? So briefly, tell me briefly,
briefly.
what does it mean? Hmm. Anyone. So simply not only for the Google, we are justifying it for the users as well. When someone searches for any keyword, so I should appear my website on top for the particular keyword. That is the reason I was started doing some keyword research. I started applying that keyword in all the important places. Right. So now, Akanksha, tell me what is your keyword
What is
when you
SEO,
want to
how it
appear the
works,
website? What is your
SEO,
keyword?
and how it works.
Okay, so let us say this is what your keyword. That means when someone searches for this keyword, you want to appear the website on top, right? Is this your aim or not? Yes. So now when Google wants to show this blog on a top, definitely it has to collect the data, right? It has to collect what are the things present in your website. So normally Google will comes to each and every website which is hosted in a server, but we can't exactly tell at what time and when it is going to appear, when it going to crawl my data and when it is going to index it. So I can't exactly tell. That is the reason to better crawling and better indexing, I use this Google Search Console. Google Search Console is a tool provided by a Google, and it does have an alternative name called a Google Webmaster Tool. Okay. Webmaster tool. Okay, just a tool. So it is used for having a better crawling and indexing. So if we have any issues in our website also, it just shows us the errors as well. So by seeing that errors, I can easily recognize. So for improving the search performance, for seeing the analytics of your SEO results. So completely the performance of your SEO, you can see in the Google Search Console. It is also same like a Google Analytics, but here you can see only the SEO data. Whereas Google Analytics, you can see whatever the data you want, like, if you want to have some social media data, you can see over there. If you want to see the Google AdWords data, you can see over there. But here, Search Console is used for only seeing the SEO data. Okay, now let us see how we can use this Search Console for better crawling and indexing and how we can exactly get up the rankings and all. Okay, so first thing is here, search for Google Search Console. The first thing you'll find it. This is the one. So improve your performance on Google search. Okay, not only writing a blogs, and also you have to use this Google Search Console for improving a better performance. So start now. So you can assign with your Gmail ID and all. So I have already Google Search Console with my Gmail ID. So directly it was showing me the performance of my website. So this is how the interface of Google Search Console looks like. And if I click this drop down, it will show what all the websites I have associated with this Google Search Console with my Gmail ID. So here it shows like Dizzy Codes, it shows me beautycrew.com, thenaturehealth.com. So the websites which are showing here, those are verified with my Gmail ID. Okay. So now if I want to verify a new website, now you are a beginner, you don't know how to associate the website with the search console. So if you want to associate the website, then you have to scroll down and you can see option called add property over here. Just click that. The next here comes select a property tab. There you can see two options. One is a domain and one is a URL prefix. So first of all, you should know the difference between these two things, then only you can move further. So domain. Now I have a ndtv.com website. Okay, so this ndtv.com is connected with the multiple subdomains like the hospital.ndtv.com. Okay, and it does have a games.ndtv.com. What are these normally? Those are subdomains, right? So now I have already shown you what is mean by subdomain. Now this is a ndtv.com. Let me click on this, any one of the folder here. So let me click this cricket only. Let us see. So how is my URL now? How is my URL? sports.ndtv.com. That means subdomain. Here it is a subdomain. Okay, fine. So now NDTV is connected with a number of subdomains like this: sports.ndtv, hospital.ndtv, games.ndtv. In such a way, this NDTV is connected with multiple subdomains. So if you have multiple subdomains linked with your original website, then at the time, if you want to crawl each and every subdomains and each and every protocols by your Google, then at the time you have to use this domain. Okay, when I use this domain, so it will crawl each and every URL across my domain, whatever the, like, if you have a HTTPS, or if I don't have a HTTPS also, it will crawl. If I have a subdomains also, it will crawl. So each and everything it is going to crawl when I choose this domain. You no need to particularly again go back and crawl sports.ndtv. You don't want to crawl it again games.ndtv separately. So once you use this domain, it is going to crawl each and everything under your original domain. Whereas what happens with this URL prefix means whatever the URL you have entered here, only that URL it is going to crawl. That means that website URL only it is going to crawl. Now let us say if I use this games.ndtv.com, it is going to crawl only that subdomain things. That's it. Whatever the blogs, whatever the post consists in this URL, only that things it is going to crawl, no other things. But whereas here domain, it is going to crawl each and everything that consists of. Got it now? So now if you have only one website without any subdomains and without any protocol, then you can happily choose this URL prefix. Then if you feel that your website is like an ndtv.com, which is consisting of multiple subdomains connected to the original website, and you don't have a time to crawl each and every subdomains and all, so at that time you can choose this domain option. Did you understand now? So you should be aware of these two things while using. Right now, let me go with this Mina's website only. Mina, your website is the new
dot.
You know the keyword, right? For which keyword you want to appear? My kid is wearing the right
Right
mask. What is
mask.
the keyword? What is the keyword for this? I mean, for which keyword you want to appear this? Okay. So now what I do here, this is your website, right?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
want to crawl this complete website, new.thenaturehealth.in. Okay. So now tell me, do I need to use the domain or else URL prefix? Which one should I use now? URL prefix or
Sorry.
domain? URL prefix. Why? Because I just want to crawl only this website. That's it. No other subdomains and all. So what I'll do, I'll select the complete website. I'll go back and then choose URL prefix, paste here. The nature health new dot the nature health dot in. Click on continue now. So verifying property HTTP. So verify ownership. So if once you choose the property type, so it will ask you the ownership, whether you are the owner of the website or not. So whether you have a credentials of your dashboard or not. So if you are a if you have some ownership or if you have some credentials of your website only, you can do this, otherwise you cannot do it. Why? Because this is what authority from Google. So Google is just verifying you whether you have some authority to this website or not. Okay. Now here, if you can see, there are few verification methods: HTML file, HTML tag, Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager, and domain name provider. So you can use any one of these verification method. There is no problem with anything. So you can use as per your wish. Okay, what is this first HTML file? So this is a HTML file. I will download it and I have to use this HTML file in the cPanel. So I have to use this in the root folder. So anyhow, I have created one video on this, how to verify your domain with the help of HTML file. You just go through that video. I'll share it anyhow. You just watch it. So and then HTML tag. So here it is asking me that copy the meta tag below and paste it in your site's homepage. So here it is asking me that there is a code appears here. I need to copy and paste it in my website. This is also one method. And if I choose this Google Analytics, so if you have already an Google Analytics account, you can just click on verify, then it automatically gets connected. Then Google Tag Manager is another tool. We're going to discuss it later. As of now, not required. So this Google Tag Manager will helps you to monitor, will helps you to manage each and every code that presents in your website. Yeah, as of now, not required. Don't go with this Google Tag Manager. So we'll be having one complete session on this Google Tag Manager. Then domain name provider. So domain name provider means where you have purchased the domain. Either it might be GoDaddy or SiteGround or HostGator. So wherever you purchase the domain, there you have to verify this. So I have created a video on how to verify the domain through domain name provider and HTML file and HTML tag as well. So as of now, let me just go with this HTML tag. So if you can just go with the one method, that's enough. No need to verify with all the recommended methods here appears. So if you can just go with the one method, that's enough. Now HTML tag, let me see. Copy the meta tag below and paste it into your site's homepage. It should go in the head section before the first body section. So it is asking me to paste it in the header section of my website. Okay, let me see how we can do this. So copy the complete tag. Now click on this copy, and which website I have to verify now? What is a website? thenaturehealth.in, right? So get into the admin panel of this website. So let's just get into the dashboard. Okay, so where it is asking me to paste the code. So it is asking me to paste in the header section of website. So now let us see if you want to paste any code. Now this is the beginning of the coding section. So you will be having a lot of things to edit in the theme editor of your website. Okay. So now you'll be having some Google Analytics code, you'll be having remarketing code, and then conversion tracking code. So now if you're just perfect with this step right now, then it will be very easy for next steps and all. So observe carefully. Okay, so now get into this your appearance, and there you can see an option called theme editor. So don't worry about this coding session. So if you're not aware of any kind of coding, I'll tell you one more technique. It will be easier for you. Okay, so here, just get into this theme functions. Okay. Who knows coding here? Coding background. So it is asking me to paste it in the header section. So what I will do, I will install just plugin. So you just install the plugin called insert headers and footers. Add new. Okay, so what is a plugin is insert headers and footers. Directly just install this plugin and insert whatever the code it is asking you to paste it in the header section. That's it. So header and footer scripts or insert headers and footer, you can use anything. So let me try to install this. Plugin, so where it will be, go to settings. So here it will show headers and footer. Just click that one. Now here it opens like a scripts in header. The following script, if any, will be inserted in the header section using WPH hood. So now what happens here, whatever the thing you want to insert in the header section, you have to insert. Whatever the thing you want to insert in the footer and body section, you can insert it here. Okay, as of now, it is asking me to insert this code in the header section, right? So copy it, go back and paste it, and then scroll down, save settings. The verification will be done. So now this is the HTML tag, right? You just click on verify. It has to be saved now. So when it's saved only, right. So ownership verified, verification method. So now I have verified my ownership successfully. That means I'm just trying to tell to Google that I am the owner of that website. Done, everything done. So it shows you which is the verification method you used as well. So done. Right, so if you click this drop down, it will show you what all the websites you have access. So the naturehealth.in, right? Just click that. It will show you the data. Okay, so how many clicks you got till now. So, and how many things are indexed and how many pages are not indexed also it will show you. So as of now, no errors in your website, and the URLs, valid URLs are 31, and today June 5th it is a 28 URLs has been valid. And in such a way, now let us say you wrote a blog now, right? You already wrote a blog and you want to make Google to know that yes, I have a blog in my website. You want to crawl and index it. So what I have to do is I have to inspect each and every blog post URL that I have in my website. Just go to your website and then use that blog URL. So I will inspect that blog URL now. So here, what is the thing? This is right. Is my kid wearing the right mask? So do you want me to crawl or this? Do you want me to crawl this one or other one? Meena? COVID-19 cases in India on 16th
No,
May.
ma'am.
Types
I
of,
don't have much.
this is, okay,
Yeah,
this
that is
is the
fine.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go with this. So copy the complete blog post URL you have, and then go back to the Google Search Console and inspect any URL. Can you see this? This is the option, inspect URL inspection. Just go there and paste it and then enter. Retrieving data from Google Index. So now Google will find out whether URL is present or not. Okay. So now it is showing us Google URL is not on Google. So at that time when you face this kind of issue, just go with the test live URL. So now it will test the URL live and then it will show you whether the URL can be indexed or not. So it will just show you the reasons. So if it can be indexed, I can happily get that indexed. So it will show you now. So again, users test live URL when you face this kind of issues. It might take minute or so. Here it is showing me that URL is available to Google Find. So URL can be indexed and my page is mobile friendly also. Very good. Your page is mobile friendly also. It is showing the things. So I can request for indexing now. Okay, right. Request for indexing. Indexing requested. So now I have requested a Google to index my blog post URL. So in such a way, whatever the blog post URLs you have, or else whatever the pages or posts you have, you can just directly inspect like this. So when you feel that you don't want to, there is no time to inspect each and every URL, at that time you can go with the sitemaps and all. So what is this sitemap and how I can generate a sitemap, that we're going to discuss in later sections. As of now, just use this URL inspection so for better crawling and indexing. Now Google will come to your site. Google will try to index the topic, okay, but we cannot say. It might take one day, it might take 2 days, it might take half an hour also. It depends on the Google. Okay, now let's say I want to see the positions for my website for the particular keyword. So when I can see when Google crawled and indexed only. So now I can find out whether Google indexed or not. I can happily say like this, just is my kid wearing a right mask? So is that your keyword, right? So what I will do, I will search for keyword, is my kid, can tell me, is my kid
Wearing a right mask.
So here I search for the keyword called is my kid wearing a right mask or not. So here it is showing me these many results and Google has retrieved the results in just 0.49 seconds. So now, do you have a SEO title? Sorry, meta title? Do you have a meta description, Meena? So did you give the meta title and meta description for your blog? Yes, right? So you already gave it. So here in SERP, your meta title and your meta description appears like this, and your URL permalink appears like this. So is this your website? kidshealth.org? Is this your website?
No.
This. So in such a way, I have to find out where is my website. How many results Google will show per one page? Google will show 10 results per page. So now this is 10 results. So one page is fine. I have to get into the second page and see. Then Times of India, citypost.com, fatherly.com, Rocket City Mom, people.com, adn.com, click on detroit.com. How many results are there and how many pages are there? Is it possible for you to check like this each and every result in Google? So how much time it would take? How much time it would take? It's a lot of time. So you are just taking a lot of time to just find the positions. So do you think is that worth of searching like this? No, right? So instead of spending some time on searching, you could have spent that time in writing a content and then optimizing the website and all. So why do we waste the time only just for searching? It's completely waste, right? So to overcome these kinds of things, we have a one thing here. So just go to a search settings now. Here you'll be having a search settings option. Just go there. Then you can make 100 results per page. Simply go to settings, search settings. So now, as of now, how many results per page here? 20. If you want to make it show like 20 results per page, you can show 30, 40, 50, and maximum you can show up to 100 results per page, and then save it. I'm not robot. Okay, so now let us see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos. So is it showing me the 100 results or not? Or else it is showing me only 10 results? Tell me. Yes, it is showing me the 100 results because there is no ending after 10 results, right? So after 10 results, again I have to check like this, right? Click on dot, Shutterstock, daily, laced, HubSpot. Then where is the thing? Right, so how I can save my time? Again, I'm searching like this. Again, there is a manual thing required. So each and every result I have to check like this, whether it is mine or not. So again, it's a problem for us, right? So what you have to do is now install one Chrome extension. It would helps a lot. SEO Quick. So this is the SEO Quick. Just search for the thing like this, seoquick.com. So install Azure Chrome extension now. Install SEO Quick. It's completely free. So it is a best tool to optimize your website. So on tools section, I'm going to explain about this tool as well. Remove from Chrome. As of now, I have already SEO Quick as my extension. So that is the reason it is just showing me remove from Chrome. So I just want to activate it. So this is the Chrome extension I have. Click that and then disable it. So you can enable and you can disable. See now, observe carefully how is my results appearing now and how the results appears after enabling this SEO Quick. So what you can see here normally, you can see the meta title and you can see the permalink and you can see the meta description. Only these three things you can see, right, in SERP. Now let us see, once I enable this SEO Quick. So observe carefully, you have to tell me. Okay, so now what are the things you can see now? What the things you can see? So is it showing you the number or not? So it would be easy for you, right? So you don't need to count each and every results manually. So directly it will show you the numbers for the result. So this website is positioned in the second position. This result is in a third position. This website is in a fourth position. You can directly see it and it show you some metrics as well here. So what is the Alexa rank and what is the age of the website as well. So here can you see this website age? It has been started in 1996 12/31st. So it shows you the age as well. In such a way, it shows you the few things. So one day I'll show you what all the things we can do with the SEO Quick. As of now, let us just go with the number. So it gave me the number. It gives me the number so that I can easily recognize. So 1, 2. This is not my website. This is not my website. So again, I have to manually check, right? Again, I have to check where is my website. So it also requires again some manual work. That is the reason, just use this trick. Press Ctrl F. Okay, press Ctrl F. There one bar opens. Here you can search for your website now. So what is your website? Meena? New.thenaturehealth.in, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So new.thenaturehealth.in. Is it appearing now? No, it's not appearing. So if it is not showing anything in the highlighted color, then your website is not present. So your website is not present in the 100 results. So let me just click on the second page. Control F. New dot. So here also no, and then let us see in the next page as well. Can you see now?
Yes, ma'am.
So where is it is appearing?
214. It's 214.
214. Your website positioned in 214. Okay, you're placing 214 for this keyword right now. Okay, now what happens now? Everyone wrote a same content, right? Everyone have optimized the thing, whatever the optimization you have done within your website, everyone have done. Then why you are placing in a 214 position? Why? Why? Tell me.
Crawling
So
indexing.
here there are
Yes, ma'am.
many. So once it crawled and indexed, only your website
Yeah,
appears now.
only. Yes.
So if it appears means it already got indexed. Am I right? So there are many things that matters now. So not only on page, as I told you, so we should concentrate on off page. So Google will concentrate on backlinks as well. How famous you are. So after doing some off page optimization and technical SEO consistently, you can improve the rankings for this particular keyword. So now tell me, is it appearing only your website or else is it showing your blog post URL also? Tell me.
Sure.
So it is showing a blog post URL. That means it is not directly showing the complete website for someone searches for the keyword. It is showing me the exact blog post URL. Why? Because I have crawled it. I made Google to index that blog post. So that is the reason. If you want to show the, so tell me now, if when someone searches for this keyword, do you want to show your website or else your blog post URL?
Blog post URL.
Blog post. Why? Because we don't want to make people to search for that blog again when they visit our website. Am I right? So that is the reason you should inspect each and every blog post URL that consists of your website. Now what happens if you have a thousands and thousands of blog post URL? Is it possible for you again to inspect each and every URL?
No.
No, right? So at the time, it won't be possible for us. So at the time, we can use this sitemaps. Don't worry about the sitemaps. We're going to discuss it later. Okay. So now, in such a way, everyone have to, verify the domain with the Google Search Console, and everyone have to send me the photos where your website is standing. So search for a keyword and show me the positions. Like, you can send me in a WhatsApp or else you can directly show me tomorrow. But I want to see some positions. So what if you don't see any positions in the website? What does it mean? It means that Google haven't crawled or indexed, or else it means that there is a some mistakes in your on page. Okay, so your content might be duplicated, or else there is a problem with your content.
Based
So
on
for that
plagiarism,
reason,
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Based on
yes,
plagiarism, also the indexing will change.
based on plagiarism.
Plagiarism, the indexing would change, or the ranking would change.
Yes, of course. Plagiarism means you are using some duplicate content, right? Definitely, Google never give you the rankings if you use some duplicate content. So initially only it will give you error. Okay. So never ever copy the content. That was the thing first I told you, not to do all these things. Okay. So now what are the things you have to do is you have to do some web position analysis. I want you guys to do these things. Web position analysis. Why? What is this web position analysis? Now tell me, Meena, you have appeared for this keyword, right? Do you want to appear for only this keyword?
No, I need multiple
Tell
keywords.
me, do you want to multiple keywords, right? So you'll be having some COVID-19 cases. So what are the reasons for COVID? So you'll be having multiple kinds of keywords which you want to appear in the SCRP, right? So I want you to mention all the keywords here.
Okay.
So let me discuss it later after completing of this Google Search Console. Right. So here, if I want to show the complete Google Search Console, I should have some data. As of now, this is a new website. Just now I have associated, right? I don't find any data to explain you. Let me just open my website and show you. So it shows you the performance. Okay, it shows you the performance and it shows you how many clicks I got. If you go with the search result, it will show you the complete report. It is the best tool. You can use it for SEO. Okay, can you see now? Total clicks. I got a total clicks like 11,000 clicks I got, and I got a 573K impressions. Impressions means, one second. Okay, so what do you mean by impressions? Now let us say Meena website has been appeared for this keyword. That means she got a one impression. Okay, she got a one. How many times your website appear for that keyword, for a particular keyword, that many impressions you are gaining. So now if I click this website, she received a one click. Okay, that is what just impressions and clicks. So now here it is showing me how many clicks I received and how many impressions I received, and it is showing me the CTR as well. CTR means click through rate. That means after appearing how many times, after appearing your website, how much percentage of people, how much percentage clicks you got. That means now here her website has been appeared for this keyword, but no one has clicked. That means her CTR is very low now. So percentage of people clicked her website after appearing it. It appears, but she didn't get any click. That means her CTR is going to improve. Sorry, going to decrease. Make sure that you have a good CTR, you have a high CTR. If you have a high CTR, then obviously many people are clicking your website. If many people are clicking your website means many people are finding it as a relevant. So that is what you need to improve the CTR as well. Then average position. So average position, that means the position of my website in SERP, 19th position. So if you want to see each and every graph, you can just use it, or else I don't want to see the average CTR, not at all required. So as of now, I'm just going with, and average position also not required. I just want to see. So on this particular day, like Saturday, March 17, I got a 114 clicks out of 5,514 impression. That means my website got appeared for 5,000 times and I got a 114 clicks. So in such a way, according to the date wise also, it will show you. So Saturday, June 6th, clicks 160 and impression, so that you can recognize so on which day it is performing well, on which day I have a more clicks and more impressions. If you get a client, you can happily show them, export the complete data, and you can show them that yes, this is how your website is performing. And here you can simply choose it, what is the data you want. So from last 30 days, or from 12 last 12 months, 6 months, 3 months, last 28 days. So as of now the data is last 3 months. If you want to see the last 28 days, you can just see it. So from last 28 days, how many clicks you received and how many impressions you received. Same like a Google Analytics, but it is only a SEO data. So here it shows you like on Monday, 151 clicks. So like Saturday, June 6, 160 clicks. So it is a last 28 days report. So from last 28 days, 28 days, my website has been positioned in the 18th position. So 3.49k total clicks and 173k impressions. So if you want to just choose any one of these, you can just choose it. And if you want to have a, if you want to filter few many things, you can just choose it like query. Okay, so according to the query, if you want, that means I want to see how many people clicked my website for this keyword. Now let us say, is my kid wearing right mask or not? So if I use this keyword here, it will show me how many people clicked your website by using that keyword. Simply it will show you. And here if you want to see the particular page, that means how many people particularly been to this URL. So this is a URL, I can say where it is. Now let us say, is my kid wearing, this is the URL. So I want to see how many people directly clicked on this post. So at that time you can directly enter this URL here. Okay, so if you want to see country, so based on country wise also, I want to see from India how many people clicked, from United States, from United Kingdom. So you can just happily choose the from which country I'm getting a clicks more and from which country I'm getting a less clicks and all. You can choose it. So here if I scroll down, it will show me for which queries your website is appearing. So Beauty Crew, so 231 clicks and 296 impressions. Out of 296, I'm getting a 231 clicks. Pre-structured braiding hair. So I'm getting a 122 clicks out of 25,000 impressions. Again, Beauty Crew, best pre-structured braiding hair. 60 clicks, 443 impressions. Spectra braiding hair. Nisha. So these are my keywords. So in such a way, you can find out what all the keywords you are appearing for simply. So I can simply see pages as well. So how many pages, so for which pages I'm getting a more clicks and from which devices as well. So here you can see this page I am getting a 736 clicks out of 54,000 impressions, and this page 385, and this page 378. So it just show you the page URLs as well for which page you are getting a more clicks and impression, and countries even. From United States here, it is showing me like United States I got a more of 2000, like 2,985 clicks out of 129,000 impressions from United Kingdom, so that I can easily find out that yes, my SEO is working well in United States, my SEO is not working in that state. So in such a way you can change your marketing strategy while you were doing some off page and all. You can just choose it like, country based also. You can do off page optimization, try to improve your search appearance in the particular country. So it can shows you the device as well, from which device. From mobile I'm getting a 2,567 clicks, desktop 815, tablet 103. So you can see the search appearance as well. So you are getting rich results. That means, so do we have a do you know the SCRP layout? Do you have a SCRP layout? Do you know that? So it shows you the snippets, it shows you the videos, it shows you the news box as well, it shows you the list as well. In such a way, my website is appearing as a rich results, and I am getting a 1800, so 1800 and clicks for these results. And product result, that means directly product is appearing when someone searches for. So for that kinds of appearance, I'm getting a 1800 and clicks. And for videos, sometimes when someone searches for the keyword, so my website, so my YouTube videos also appear. So for that I'm getting a 25 clicks. So in such a way you can see each and everything. It is very 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 useful data. You can do it. And coverage, so how many URLs has been indexed also, it will show you. Valid and excluded, so it will just simply show you. So valid means, so the URLs which have been valid, and here it show you indexed. So if you don't have any robots.txt, don't worry about this robot.txt. I'm going to show you that also. So it will show you how many URLs has been indexed and how many URLs has been excluded and all. It will just simply show you. And if you want to remove any URLs, like, if you want to any now let us say I have a one URL, I want to remove that. So at that time you can happily remove it by using this request. Okay, so you have to tell Google that I am removing that URL. You no need to crawl, or else you no need to index that thing. So I just want to remove it. When you want to remove it, so you can just use this option, enter URL and remove this URL, and then next. So that Google will accept your request. Google will try to remove that. So in such way you can see each and everything here. Core Web Vitals. So here it will show you that I can say that this is very useful when you want to see the mobile data and desktop data. That means what is the loading speed, and what is the content loading speed, and what is the visuality. So how your website is appearing simply. So now here it shows you like in the mobile 171 URL speed, improvement. That means, so 171 URLs that is not mobile friendly, you just need to improve it, and it just show you the 98 good URLs as well. Okay, so if you want to see the full report, you can still see the full report. What are the URLs or not need some improvement? What are my good URLs and all? You can just see it. So you can do all these things with this. And now let us say this is the website I am just showing you right now. Let me go with this, the new.thenature-health.in. Now, who is the owner of this new.thenature-health.in? Meena. Okay, but who verified this website? I am. Okay. Now, how can Meena can access this Google Search Console data if she want to analyze the performance, if she wants to see what's happening with her SEO data at the time, how she can do it? Because I have already verified. So now again, she is going to verify double. Mhm. So are you going to verify it, Meena, again? Just again, you will be opening a Google Search Console with your Gmail ID, and you will be using the property like URL prefix, and will you just use HTML tag in your website again? Can you do that?
I'll not be able to do it.
You can do it. You can do it. But what happens here? What happens here? What so again Google has to come to your site 2 times, right? So you are giving a double work to the Google. So never ever do these kinds of things. So if your associated website with the Google Search Console were the one Gmail ID, use that one only. So you can do it, but it is not a good process to do it. So don't go with that process. Why? Because we are giving some extra work to Google. So again it will crawl, again it will index. It's not good thing. Okay, so that is the reason what you can do it. So go to settings. So verified ownership. Now I have verified ownership. If I click this, it will show what is the verification method as well. So I have verified with the HTML tag. If you want to verify with the HTML file or Google Analytics, Tag Manager, you can do whatever the verification method you want to choose. You can happily choose it. So as of now, I just choose the HTML tag. Let's go back. So users and permission. Can you see now? So click this and add user. So now here I can give the address of Meena. Meena, tell me your email address.
Meena
Hmm?
email ID. You need the email ID. Meena PubMed.
Yeah. Meena,
W-N, PubMed.
spelling.
PUBMED.
Okay.
MED
Okay.
at the rate of gmail.com.
That's okay, right. So now what you will do, you just log in the search console with your Gmail ID, then you will be able to access the complete the nature health. And here I have a few things, restrictions like full unrestricted. If I use this restricted one, I will be only able to view the data. But if I want to submit some sitemap, if I want to see some errors and also I won't be able, because I'm just giving you permission for restricted, not for full. So if I give you permission for full, what happens? Whatever the thing I can do with my Google Search Console, even you can do that. Okay. So now I'm giving you the permission to use this Search Console data, add it. Right. Now what you will do, Meena, what you will do? You just sign in with your Gmail ID, right? So then you will be having its complete data.
Did.
Then what? Then where is the work you gonna do it? Like I want you to have a complete thing, whatever the thing I have done with my Search Console to associate the website. So you should do right when you can do it only you will be having some practical things. Now you can able to see only data, but where is the practical things? How you will be able to associate? So, but I want you to have that thing. So at the time, what I can do is I can remove the property now. Okay, so I can remove this property. Property means simply the website. I can remove this property from my Gmail ID and you can access it from your Gmail ID. Okay, so here, if I can see here, let me get into the settings. Remove property option. Can you see property added to account, and it shows you the June also. Remove property. Okay, so remove. If I want to add it again,
You can add it.
I can add it.
Add
Sure.
property. Add property.
Okay, click on add property, URL prefix, and then where is your URL? No, this is continue. Then again, it is showing me ownership auto verified. What does it mean? So I didn't paste my HTML tag, I didn't paste any, I didn't done anything. Then why it is showing me ownership verified?
Already everything has been updated previously.
I have removed, right? I have removed the property.
But still it will be safe now.
So
The
still
data
it will
will be
be
safe.
same. So what you have to do is you have to remove this property completely. So let us see how we can remove it completely. So go to verified owner. Okay. Here, not here. So here you have to go it, and I'm the owner, right? So here it shows you the owner. Just click this drop down, manage property owners. So you can manage the property owners here. Right. So verification details, unverify. I just want to unverify now. Click on this unverify. Do you really want to unverify yourself? So here meta tags verification, to unverify this user, you must remove the following from your site. What it is asking me to do? So it is asking me to remove the code whichever I have pasted earlier. Okay, now let us see. I'll just go back to my website. So where is the code I have pasted? I have pasted the code in the header section. This is the code, right? I'll just remove it. Remove it and then save it. Let us go back to the search console again. So let me click on unverify. Okay, so here what it is asking you? So I have successfully unverified my ownership. Now let us go back. So let us try to refresh it. So what it is showing you now? Oops, you don't have access to this property. That means, so I have completely unverified the website with this search console. Now Meena, in your case, from your end, you can happily add the property into your Google search console with your Gmail ID. Okay, so now I have completely removed, there is no problem. So you can happily do it from scratch, like adding the HTML tag in your website and then doing it everything. So you can do it from scratch, right? So this is the thing you can do with the search console. You can see the data, you can see what are the queries, you can see how many clicks and how many impressions, what is the CTR, and you can see, you can submit the sitemap as well. You can see some coverage issues, like if you have any errors, you can just see it everything, right? So now what I want you guys to do is do some web position analysis. So take an Excel sheet. This is my task for you guys. This is the task I want to see. Take an Excel sheet. Then first row, in the first column, I want to see the keywords. So keywords means for what all the keywords, what all the relevant keywords for your website, for which keywords you want to appear in SERP. So mention all your keywords and check your positions for all the keywords. Okay. After checking, then enter the URL. I want to see the blog post URL, which URL appeared in the SERP. It is very useful when you do this analyzation only. You can easily work for your client. So you can, if you want to work for a client, or else if you want to go for jobs, the Excel sheet is mandatory. So you can easily understand what happening with your website. Where is your positions? What is a URL appearing? So now I want you guys to mention each and every keyword, whatever you feel it as a relevant, and see the positions as well, and then enter the URL. The next thing is do competition analysis. So competition analysis means, Meena, Your website is in a 214th position, right? Now, can you tell me who are your
Okay.
competitors? Who are your
230.
competitors?
The number before 214 and the number after 214 is also a
So
competitor.
these are all your competitors, right? So you don't need to do this much of hard work, okay? I just want you to have a top 10 competitors. Okay, so top 10 means just take it like a top 1, 2, 3, 4. Definitely we should compete with the top 10, not with all the 213s and all. So when we strive hard to be on top 10, that will be only good for us. So just take top 10 competitors. So I want to see the competitor URL here. Okay, and the position, and the next thing is a keyword. Now tell me who is your competitor for this keyword, Meena? For this keyword, who is your competitor? Let me go to first page. Yes, who is your competitor now? Kidshealth.org. He's
Health.org.
your competitor now. Okay, so what you have to do is copy the complete website. Okay, copy the complete URL here, kidshealth.org, and then block this org, and then www.insider. So top 10 competitors URL I want. Okay, after entering the URL, just tell me the positions. So what is the keyword now? For one keyword, you'll be having 10 competitors, right? So in such a way, you have to find out for what all the keywords you want to appear, check the competition. So now if you have a keywords like a 10 keywords, so you need to check a competition for that 10 keywords, how many people are appearing and what is their position. So after doing all these things, what you'll do? So noting it down is not only important, you have to analyze a competitor website, analyze that what is their meta title and how exactly they are writing some meta description here. Coronavirus COVID-19 helping kids get used to marks, this is the meta title they used. And if I click this, see what are how is their permalink and all, how the content is and where they are giving some links and all. So is it an internal link or outbound external link? So whether they have a social sharings or not. So they do have a some social sharing. So they were using some no headings as well. Can you see now what happens here? Use this website and click on this SEO quick. I'll tell you now. And then go to diagnosis. Here it will show you 48 characters. So what is the character of this URL as well, it is showing. So 48 characters, it is good. And what is the title also it is showing, you can see coronavirus COVID-19 helping kids. So it is showing you what is the meta title they have used and what is the meta description also. So here meta title, it is showing you like a warning, that means their meta title was not that so good. So if it is showing you like a green mark, then it is a good one. So people are wearing masks to help, so it is good. So their meta title is like this. And meta keywords, so can you see? So do we know how to use the tags? So while you write a blog, right side above the featured image, you'll find an option called tags. Okay, just use whatever the keywords that you feel it as a secondary keyword. So now they have used like COVID-19, coronavirus disease, novel, so corona, face mask, they have used all these things. Like, they feel it as a secondary keywords, or else you can directly use these things in your website. So it is showing you that what are the keywords they have used, like 646 characters and 64 words. So now all these keywords they have, you also try to use, insert these kinds of keywords in your website, like children's, kids, short of breath, pediatrician, so many things I have used. So try to use these keywords as well. Then headings, can you see now? So how many H1 headings I can use for one page or else for one article? how many headings I can use? H1 heading. Yes, H1 heading. Is there any limit of using H1 heading? No? Akanksha?
I
How
don't
many
know.
H? You don't know. Kirtika?
This shows 6 months.
Yes, yes. So I told you the beginning only we can use a H1 heading only once.
Yes.
Am I right? So there is a rule that we should use the H1 heading only once, not to repeat the H1 headings many times. It is not good. Okay. Okay, it is not good to use a H1 heading, but apart from this H1 heading, H2, H3, H4 up to H6, you can use as many times as you want. Have we discussed it earlier or not? Yeah. We discussed it. So here it is showing me that good. So you have a H1 heading. So one H1 heading and H1, H2 heading once, H3 headings 4 times, H4 heading 3 times, H5 heading 0, H6 heading 0. So it is showing that in this page how many headings and what are their headings. So they used H1 heading only once. They used H2 heading only once. H3 headings for 4 times, and it shows you that what is the H1 heading as well. Can you see now? And if I click this view more, it shows you what is the H2 heading and what is the H3 heading as well. So now is it important to find all these things or not? So just go to your competitor website and click on this SEO quick and you will find out what are their H1 headings. You also try to use that H1 heading in your website. So not exactly, so make it quite similar. Okay, can you see now H2 heading more on this topic for, okay, how do kids react to mask? Let me see whether it is a, where is that? Okay, how do kids react to mask? So what is the heading type? It is H3 heading. So you just need to find out all these things and it is showing you 3 images without alts. What does it mean? 3 images without alts. Do we know how to optimize images? How to optimize images? So do we write alternative text for the images or not? Do you remember? So why do we write some alternative text? Why do we give this alternative text for the images?
To optimize images.
Yeah, that's what I asked you. So in order to optimize my images, I just tried using some alternative text to make Google understand what is my image all about. Am I right? So here, whatever the image you use in your website, either in the blog or either in the pages, I want you to have a definitely alternative text for each and every image. But here, can you see now? 3 images without alt. That is why it is showing you warning symbol as well. That means this page consists of 3 images without alternative text. Okay, it is a warning. They can see this through this SEO quick and they can easily find out and they can see where they are lagging. So they can happily improve that things, right? So in such way, see where they are giving some links and also calm. How can parents help? See how well they are writing. The structure was also very, very good. See how lengthy the content as well. In such a way, competition analysis is very, very important. Don't be so blind. Don't think that only whatever I want I just try. Don't think in such a way. Try to steal some things. It is always better to steal something from your competitor. I'm not telling you guys to steal the content. I'm just asking you to steal the style and also how they are writing, so whether their content is a readability or not, so whether anyone can read it, is it so hard or is it so easy, what is their meta title. So you try to insert all these things in the Excel sheet. So when you do these things only, you will understand the things of your website, where it is positioning and where you are lagging, how your competitors are working well, and where you are not working with, you can just use all them. So apart from this, we will be having lot of tools to analyze your competitor. As of now, you just use this manual process to find out the competition, to analyzing the competitors. So in the later sections, I'll be explaining you the about tools. At that time, it would be easier for you to analyze the competitor. As of now, I want you guys to do everything manually. So when you struggle, so you need to struggle at the beginning stage. So after struggling, if I go with the tools and all, then it would be good for you. Okay, right. So this thing I want to show, I want to see by tomorrow. One thing is a web position analysis, another thing is a competition analysis. Okay, so one more thing is cache colon your URL and site colon your URL. So now let me just show you one thing here. Site colon odmt.a. See what you can observe here. So what you can observe here. So what are the results it is showing me? Tell me. So this site colon your website URL shows you that how many pages have been indexed in your website, how many pages have been crawled and indexed in your website. It will just show you. If you want to know whether that particular page is indexed or not, if you can just search like this, and if it shows you in a SERP, then it get indexed. So this is the best thing and smart thing. You can use it to find out which URL has been indexed. Now I can find out that yes, this URL has been indexed. I can find out that this URL has been indexed, this URL. So in such a way, all my whatever the URLs I have, whether it is indexed or not, I can easily check it. This is what site colon. And this is the interview question. Definitely interviewer is going to ask you what is site colon and cache colon. Then cache colon. So what is cache colon means? It will show you when is your last crawled date, when Google visited your website, when is the last time that Google visited your website. Okay, so search like this, cache colon your website URL. So now can you see, now when I search with the the website.com, it is showing me that it is appeared on June 7th June 2020. Can you see now? It is showing me the date as well. So when Google has visited my website for the last time, you can just simply choose, okay, my Google has visited my website yesterday. So I can just simply find it out. These are the two things that mainly that interviewer is going to ask you. Just remember it. So once you finish this SEO module, you need to write an examination. So in that examination, these two things will come definitely. Right. So this is how we can exactly use this Google Search Console to see the complete search performance of our website and SEO data. So how many clicks and impressions, so whatever it might be. So we can completely track the performance of our website. So finally, hope you like this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.